Democrats is Congressman Bera from the state of California, who joins us now. Why'd you vote the way you did, Congressman?
Look, I think it's a distraction. You know, this caucus should not be a distraction. We should actually focus on what Donald Trump is doing. You know, he may just dismantle the Department of Education. You know, the fact that 70,000+ VA workers may get laid off, that's going to make it harder for our veterans to get the services that they need. So what Al did, he's a friend, I respect him, but what he did was a distraction, not helpful.
Here's what he said. I'll play a clip of Green himself. You know, starts off, right, as you'll hear here, everybody saying how much respect he has for the process and the speaker, but here's Al Green himself.
I respect the speaker. I have no ill feelings toward the speaker. None toward the persons that escorted me away from the floor, because I did disrupt. And I did so because the president indicated that he had a mandate. And I wanted him to know that he didn't have a mandate to cut Medicaid.
So his argument essentially is he's raising this legitimate issue in his mind that there's cuts to Medicaid or that are coming. And your argument is that that is a distraction?
No, what he did is a distraction. I agree with the fact that we need to fight to preserve Medicaid, but there's a way to do that. There's a way to get out there, talk to the public, talk to folks in Republican districts and say, hey, here's what's going to happen. You're going to lose your health care coverage. Your rural hospital may close. That's not what he did. He drew attention to himself. So we're talking about Al Green right now. We're not talking about potentially 70,000 VA workers getting laid off. We're not talking about the Department of Education, and if it closes, what impact that may have on everyday Americans. Al Green, what he did became a distraction, and that's what I voted against.
Yeah, well, it's interesting because I don't know if you heard it, but the previous conversation we had was a centrist guy who's on the show a decent amount. He used to be a Democratic staffer years ago. And his point was like, well, I talk to Democrats now. There's no real identity. We don't know what they're for. Like he said, well, they can't name 3 things that the party stands for. I mean, what would you say? What would you name?
I mean, I would name that we're about a fair shot. We're about giving people a fair chance. That doesn't mean you're going to get a handout, but the door's open. You've got to walk through the door. You've got to try. We're about giving folks that chance at the American dream. And the basics, you know, healthcare should be affordable. I'm all about, you know, if DOJ wants to work with us in Congress, let's look for ineffective programs. Let's look for waste and fraud. But the American people are about to find out, they are finding out how much they depend on things that we do, like the VA, you know, Medicaid, health benefits.
So you just let them find out? I mean, that's not exactly what like Carville was saying, like the play dead thing, but do you just let them find out as opposed to just pulling stunts like this the other night and holding up signs and that kind of thing? And what's the actual strategy?
You know, pulling stunts, we probably ought to have our own Project 2029 that says, here's how we would fix the federal government. Here's how we would make it more efficient for you. I'm all in favor. If Elon Musk wants to help us bring modern technology to make the federal government work better, work faster for folks, make it more efficient. I'm also ready and willing to negotiate with my Republican counterparts on getting the federal deficit, the debt under control. I mean, those are all issues that are going to be a problem for us.
Because these numbers are rough. I mean, we were talking yesterday about the president's numbers, which were up around 50 and then were fading. And, you know, his numbers seem to be going down. But the Democrats, this Quinnipiac poll had the unfavorables for the Democrats at 57%. There it is. We haven't seen this in years and years. I mean, going back, I think it was like 08-ish was the last time it was even around there. So something's got to change, right?
Absolutely. We better tell people what we are for, what we're going to fight for, how we're going to make their lives better. And that's, again, why I voted. Al Green's a friend. I respect him. But what he did doesn't say how we're going to help protect them, how we're going to make their lives better.
Thanks so much for watching. Just go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.